in elementary school, they give out awards, and I received the award, most likely to become a preacher.
So what influenced you toward the teaching profession?
So I went to college as a music major. I went through the whole audition, I got accepted. I just knew that music was my calling. And my original career path, I wanted to be a band director. I said I've been in band since middle school, so that was my life. I wanted to come back and be a band director and kind of, own my own program. The thing about it was I was the Nick Cannon. So I played instruments, but I didn't read music well. And so when I got to college, there was a very steep learning curve that was required of me within the music program. And so I started reevaluating, is this what I really want to do? Is this what I'm called to do? So I kind of took a step back and I looked at the bigger picture. And there was one commonality, and that was education. And so education, there's many options. You got band, you got English, you got math. There's a lot of things that you can do within education. But the common factor was I wanted to work with young people. I wanted to be that role model for youth. I wanted to make an impact in youth. So even if I can't do that as a band director, I wasn't going to let my reading music ability or lack thereof to affect me working with young people. So I stepped back and I realized, I can work with young people and another option. So that's kind of how I got there. I had an advisor, Dr. Patterson, and I went to her office and kind of talked to her and told her what was going on. And she kind of took me under her wing, and it went from there.
So in education, what are your subject areas that you focus on?
Yeah, my degree is in middle grades education, and I had a concentration in language arts and social studies.
Okay. All right. And so you're not just a teacher, you're also a preacher. When did you first sense the calling toward ministry?
At a very young age. In elementary school, they give out awards, and I received the award, most likely to become a preacher, when I was in elementary school. And I didn't know why I received that award, but I did know, I was always different. And I always, struggled to fit into certain places. And so as I, grew in the church and grew in the Lord, it started making sense of why I wouldn't fit, around everybody and why I couldn't hang with everybody. And it had been confirmed, through prophecies and just, people seeing the call of God on my life before I did. And so being around those seasoned saints who, had been in the church and were close to God, who could, kind of nurture me towards seeing what God wanted me to do. That's kind of how I got there. So,
at what point did you actually enter into the pulpit?
So I preached my initial sermon on my birthday, August 10th, 2014. So it actually came at an interesting time in my life because that was my junior year of college. Yeah, junior year of college. And so I had realized, everybody goes to college and you're going to have that college experience. And so that goes to me, being set apart. I'm having that call on my life. I tried to do the college thing. I tried to, get loose and have a good time. And I never could do it with satisfaction. I never could do it comfortably. And so I'm not that person that's going to wrestle with a God that's as big as ours. And so I finally said, you know what? This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And my life is not going to be in line with God until I get in line with him, so that's kind of what got me there.
And you grew up in church in Person County.
Yep.
Describe your experience at Faith Temple.
Yes, I'm a member of Faith Temple, United Holy Church. We are a holiness church. And so I'm not big on denominations, but that just kind of shows my background of what type of church I come from. We believe in serving God. We believe in praising God and freedom of expression and how that looks. We believe in, living a life that's pleasing to God through a lifestyle of holiness and through a lifestyle of sanctification. So that's kind of my background on where I come from as far as growing up at Faith Temple. But at Faith Temple, I received awesome word, awesome teaching, and awesome preaching from my pastor, Elder Clyde Winstead. And so just growing up and, I didn't know my dad until I was in middle school, but my pastor And some of my uncles who are preachers as well, they were like my father figures. And so preaching is actually in my family. I have several uncles and cousins who are preachers as well. So that's kind of how, that worked out.